So this is wobbling, wibble wobbles. Hey, how are you guys doing? So this is a live. We will have it available on replay, but I just wanted to check in with you guys. I don't go live on YouTube very often, and it's almost the holidays. It's almost Thanksgiving. People are starting to really worry about grocery costs, especially on top of holiday spending. And so I just wanted to be able to spend a few minutes on here giving you some tips and tricks. And I just got done with another live at a studio with Tosh Haynes. And so we're going to be posting that on YouTube also. But the sound quality, it was kind of echoing. And I just feel like we might have missed some of the key points that people wanted to hear. And I wanted to make sure that you guys get to hear them. So anyways, if you're just joining me for the first time, I am Amy Cross. This is the Cross Legacy. We named this because that was our family motto, and it has been for 25 years. And I never imagined I would go viral and people would start knowing me as the Strawberries in a Jar lady. So it gets confusing sometimes because people are looking for me under the Strawberry Lady or the Strawberry in the Jar lady, but my name everywhere is the Cross Legacy, and Cross is our last name. So my name is Amy Cross. So if you're just joining me, that is who I am. I teach food tips and food preservation tips to people all over the world. I just had a TEDx talk in October teaching about food waste and how Strawberries in a Jar has changed my life. Because we have zero produce waste. We go to the grocery store once every 3 weeks, and we don't have to throw any of our food away. So we always have tons of fresh produce in our refrigerator and in our lives. And I have tips and tricks to make every single produce item last longer. I have 2 books that are available on thecrosslegacy.com or on Amazon called I Bought It Now What, which has all of the produce items and different tips. But I wanted to be able to talk about Thanksgiving a little bit. So we are just a little over a week away, 10 days away until Thanksgiving. And I know in the past, I used to want to go grocery shopping just that couple days before and get all of those items. But now, the last few years, I've learned tricks to keep things fresh the entire time. So for a 3-week period, so I could actually go grocery shopping any day and have items that were still fresh like 10 days from now. So that being said, I haven't went to the grocery store for 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks, and I have some of these produce items here I'm going to show you. But these are Brussels sprouts that I bought mid-October, and they are still fresh. They've been in my refrigerator. And these are mushrooms that are 3 weeks old. So those are still totally fresh. I have lettuce and strawberries and grapes also in my refrigerator that are 3 weeks old. And then some of my fresh herbs. These are ones that I bought for filming for Friendsgiving for Instagram when I made a turkey last week. But these are thyme and sage, and if you store them in a glass container, they will last for weeks. Let me grab some things out of the fridge. Hold on. This is broccoli. So I keep it in filtered water, and about once every week I will trim the end a little bit. So this is 3 weeks old. It has new filtered water in it. These are my strawberries that I'm famous for. So strawberries in a jar. And then I already purchased my cranberries for Thanksgiving. So those are washed and dried and in a jar. And these are starting to turn yellow. I need to use them up. But these are parsley, but from September. So it's November 14th today, in case you're wondering. But I trim the ends every week to 10 days whenever I use it, and then I put new filtered water in it and put it back in the fridge And as long as they're touching the water, they're not going to get all crispy. But I mean, that is totally fresh parsley that I can still be using, and it's over 2 months old. So I haven't used it all up yet because sometimes you guys are like, oh, I want to see what's happening and how old things are. So again, these are strawberries that are 3 weeks old. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Thanksgiving a little bit. So if you were to go grocery shopping like today or tomorrow and get your turkey and all of those things, you could do that and not have to wait until next week. Like, you don't have to go when it's really busy and everybody's stressed out. You can actually get your produce items and the things that you need ahead of time. So the way that I make sure that I save money on grocery shopping for the holidays especially is I definitely meal plan, and I have our favorite recipes that I make every single time, and I have an ingredients list of what I need for those recipes. So one thing in particular is I put pine nuts in my turkey stuffing, or my Thanksgiving stuffing. That is something that is a super high priced ingredient right now. And it's also something that I could like leave out if I needed to, and which would help save money. So instead of it being like $5 for a little container like it used to be, it was like $11 when I went to go look at that. I did have some in the pantry, so I didn't need to buy it this year. But if I didn't have it in the pantry already, I just would have skipped it, and my stuffing just would have been just as special, still as special, without having that this year. So if there's like simple ingredients like that that you can cut back on, that you're only going to use it for one time, it really won't make or break the recipe. Like, think about what you can cut back for this year, since the grocery prices are so high, especially on those specialty items, that they can jack up the price and we're not really noticing too much. But when I get ready to go grocery shopping for Thanksgiving, I make sure I make a list, and then I make sure to go check my pantry and my refrigerator and check all those things, because I seem to think that every time I buy a turkey, I need to buy a roll of tinfoil also. And I was cleaning out my pantry this weekend and realized I had 4 things of tinfoil, and I'm pretty sure it's from the last 4 years, because every time I go and buy a turkey, I end up buying tinfoil too, because I don't want to run out on the middle of Thanksgiving when the stores used to be closed on Thanksgiving. But it's one of those things that I just grab without thinking about what's already in the pantry. So if you can like check your pantry first and check your refrigerator and check your freezer for the items that you actually need, that will help you save a lot of money. But I was able to feed 4 families a full entire Thanksgiving dinner for $110 last week. So I bought all of the things. I had everything from pies to stuffing to mashed potatoes to the turkey to gravy to cranberry sauce, like all of the things that I needed to make all of the sides and everything for $110. So you don't have to spend a ton of money. And that was me even paying for my turkey. If I would go buy it this week, most places have free turkeys if you spend $125. So make sure that you're checking out those kind of deals too, because it doesn't have to cost a ton of money for you to be able to host Thanksgiving in your house or any of the holiday meals if you plan ahead and you really think about what you need to have and check the items that you already have in your pantry and your fridge. And another thing is when you do cook that holiday meal, how can you repurpose the items so you actually use the items, and 4 days later you're not just throwing everything away because everybody's sick of leftovers. So one of those things that I do is, this is a glass container, but I either shred or just chop up some of the turkey. This is about a cup and a half worth of turkey, and this can go straight into the freezer. And last night I used one of these, and I had made a turkey pot pie that I went and brought my friend today who was sick. So anyways, you just need like a cup and a half to make a different meal out of the turkey. And when you're thinking about freezing the leftover turkey and putting it away, like, don't put it away in a huge container of turkey. Try to break it up into like 1 to 2 cup portions, and that way you can pull out what you need at a time over the next year, and then you will have cooked turkey ready to go. So most of the time I will save it in slices, and then I can always slice it smaller if I wanted something different with it. But that way I have a dinner sized portion I can just pull out and we can use for different things. And then I try to, no matter how many people are here, I try to always get the biggest turkey that will fit in my oven. So I know that my oven will hold about a 22 pound size turkey. So I don't care if there's only a couple of us here or if there's 20 of us here. I always get the largest size turkey my oven will hold, and then that way I have more leftovers. So that's something, if you're getting a free turkey especially, but that's something that can really help save money too, because you not necessarily want to cook a turkey multiple times a year, but it's nice to be able to repurpose the leftover turkey over the course of the year. So those are just some of my quick tips that I wanted to share today. And on Instagram, like the whole week before Thanksgiving, we are going to be sending out reminders every day in our stories, like, if your turkey is this many pounds, make sure you pull it out of your freezer and start defrosting it. And if it's this many pounds, make sure, this is the day that it comes out of the freezer. And also in our stories, we are going to make sure to remind you to get those leftovers out of the refrigerator and give you some tips on how to repurpose that. And I have a grocery course on thecrosslegacy.com that teaches you how to have food security in your house and save money on groceries with zero food waste. So we spend $135 per person in our household for groceries. We buy mostly organic groceries, farm fresh as much as we can, and so in this grocery course, I teach you how to take inventory in your house, how to set a budget for your family, what to buy to have a fully stocked pantry, and give you suggestions. And also for like the holidays and such, I give you extra survival guides to survive the holidays and still save money and stay on budget. So anyways, if you're just meeting me here, thanks for being here. And we are the Cross Legacy everywhere. So there's over 100,000 followers over on Instagram. So check us out over there. And you are here on YouTube. And then we have a blog, thecrosslegacy.com, which has like a turkey stuffing recipe, our turkey tips, our turkey brine recipe, and all other kinds of recipes. So most of my recipes are allergy friendly or diabetic friendly because of the needs of our family. So anyways, it was nice to have you, and we will talk to you soon.